Call to order the Wickliffe City Council meeting December 16th. Sandy, please call the roll.
Biandelillo.
Here.
Bogo.
Present.
Jaworski.
Here.
Koski. Here. Levon.
Here.
Sakis.
Here.
Saloto. Here.
Approval of council minutes.
Make a motion, Council President, to approve council meeting minutes from December 9th, 2019 meeting.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Biandelillo, second by Councilman Bogo to approve the meeting minutes of December 9th, 2019 as presented. Any discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Biandelillo.
Yes.
Bogo.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Koski. Yes. Levon.
Yes.
Sakis.
Yes.
Saloto. Yes.
Reports and communications from the Director of Law. I'm sorry, reports and communications from the Mayor, Safety Director.
Thank you, Mr. President. Being the last full meeting of 2019, I'd like to thank all of the directors, all the city employees, all the team members for keeping Wickliffe beautiful. We think we had a great year overall, from answering the phones to our first responders to the guys keeping the parks beautiful and keeping our facilities running. I'd like council to set a date to make some decision or next steps regarding the Euclid Avenue properties we brought to discussion several months ago. I feel the more control we have of Euclid Avenue now, the more we can control the outcome we want. I'll bring up the University Hospital's example. They want to be in Wickliffe, but there's really no good places that would fit what they need. They want to lease a newer facility. There might be one or two places that fit that at a stretch. I met with the general manager of Ganley last week, and when you're sitting in their brand new showroom directly across the street, you look at the Provo House, and right next to that you look at a little brick building that's been empty for probably 5 or 6 years. And I know we can't just go spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on these empty buildings with nothing in place, but we have to do something to get started, even if it's abating the Provo House or buying that one small building for $25,000 that I mentioned that's next to Spinners, and start taking action on these dilapidated buildings, or we're going to end up losing opportunities like this. And I don't want UH to go somewhere else that has newer facilities. Not to say we're going to build one, but nonetheless, I think we need to take more action and at least set a meeting to determine next steps. What are we going to do, if anything? One of the readings tonight is regarding the street lighting fund and transferring money back into the general fund. This was an advance made several years ago that we're starting to pay ourselves back. While this is a small amount, this will continue as years go on as we replace more street lights with LED fixtures, and I believe that within 3 to 5 years, we'll actually be able to reduce the millage added to property tax for these street lights. I believe it's currently 1.15 mils everyone's charged. The zoning for Sweetberry is on tonight. I feel we all realize this is the appropriate action to take for them, considering how well their business has done in the city since they moved in and the difficulties they faced earlier in the year during their expansion. The 30-day period is up regarding the CRA for True Line, which is on the first reading tonight. And while of course there can be discussion before voting at the third reading, you're welcome to ask any questions of myself. The directors, Court and Aaron, and their True Line's representatives are here in the audience with us tonight. And that's all I have.
Any questions or comments for the Mayor, Safety Director? Seeing none, we'll move on to reports and communications from the Director of Law.
Thank you, Mr. Council President. As the Mayor mentioned, we do have the first 2 readings for True Line tonight for that deal. There is a third part of that deal that is crucial for them to move forward, and that's the vacation of the roads, and that is in new business tonight, and I'll address council at that time.
Any questions or comments for the Law Director? Thank you, sir. Communications from the Council President. I have none. Any amendments or additions to the agenda? Seeing none, we'll move on to the administrators. Police Chief Ice.
Thank you, Mr. President. In addition to my monthly reports, like everybody know that dispatcher Hers has been an employee of ours for over 25 years. Her last day working is this Saturday, the 21st. Should be on the books until mid-February. We administered a dispatch examination, entry-level test on Friday. So we have 32 candidates, and I was able to go through some of the applications, and we have quite a few good folks to choose from, so I'm kind of excited about that. We're also accepting applications for the part-time janitorial position. And that's all I would have this evening.
Any questions or comments for the Police Chief? Thank you, Chief Ice. Fire Chief Powers.
Thank you, Council President. In addition to the previously submitted report, I'd like to thank Council for getting through the Volunteer Firefighters Dependent Fund tonight. We had that meeting. That ensures that all our volunteer firefighters, our part-time firefighters, are taken care of in the event of some catastrophic action, that their families are taken care of. So we appreciate council's support on that, and it's a requirement of the state of Ohio. That's all I have, Council President.
Any questions or comments for the fire chief? Thank you, Chief Ice. Finance Director Bowles.
Thank you, Council President. I do not have anything to add to my monthly report at this time.
Any questions or comments for the Finance Director? Thank you, Ms. Bowles. Engineer Formica.
Thank you, Council President. I have nothing to add to my written report. I'd just like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas.
Any questions or comments for the city engineer? Thank you, Mr. Formica.
Thank you.
Superintendent D'Ambrosio.
Thank you, Mr. President. All I'd just like to say is that curbside leaf pickup by the city is done. If anybody has any leaves, please use that Kimball container. We're disassembling our last leaf machine tonight. We're putting salt spreaders on these things. They're well overdue. And that concludes my report.
Any questions or comments for the Service Director? Thank you, Mr. D'Ambrosio. Building Commissioner Sad.
Thank you, Mr. Council President. I have nothing to add to my monthly report.
Any questions or comments for the Building Commissioner? Thank you, Mr. Sad. Recreation Director Stock.
Thank you, Mr. Council President. Nothing to add to my monthly report.
Any questions or comments for the Recreation Director? Councilwoman Kowski.
We already do the Christmas?
We did the Christmas party last Thursday, yes. We moved to the high school, and it worked out pretty well. Ended up in the Family Resource Center. Superintendent Joe Spisha invited us up there. We ended the night with hot chocolate and cookies, and twas the night before Christmas reading by Santa Claus. So it turned out nice.
Any further questions or comments for the Recreation Director? Thank you, Mr. Stout. Economic Development Director Drake.
Thank you, Council President. Regarding the project known as Buckets, I have heard recently that from the broker regarding the potential buyer, which sounds like there's a strong possibility that that project might be going forward, and it's in its infancy, so I will continue to update you the information that I know, but currently it looks like, based on the information I'm seeing, that there's a high probability of that moving forward, so that's exciting. I have been using the CoStar software program. We found that there's little inconsistencies within it regarding regarding contacts. So I've been, the nice thing is they have a person that manages the website or the software for us. So I just email him information and ask him to correct it, and then receiving correspondence back and forth on that. Met with an owner discussing an opportunity for a new business helping facilitate fill in her space. And so we'll see where that leads depending on the needs of the tenant, potential tenant compared to what she's able to do. And then during Councilman Bondolillo's meeting on last week, there was a suggestion, and this also builds on Maria's suggestion, Councilwoman Sloto's suggestions regarding completing a city master comprehensive plan. And so we'd like to see that take place as well. And if there's any additional questions, I'm happy to answer.
Any questions or comments for the Economic Development Director? Thank you, Mr. Baker. I will now open the floor for audience participation. If anyone would like to address with the City Council, please stand, state your name and address for the clerk's record. Each person will have a 5-minute maximum amount of time. Would anyone like to address with the City Council? Mr. Kane.
Hi, Jim Kane, 29824 Robert Street. I'm actually speaking this evening briefly as Chairman of Civil Service. I just want to make a follow-up comment to an email that I had sent off to a couple people in reference to the proposed ordinance that's on third reading this evening, 2019-56. I just have a concern about the wording of that, and my specific concern is, in the actual wording, it states, quote, "A civil service examination shall be required for the Division of Police and the Division of Fire." There's no specific inclusion or exclusions noted, and I'm concerned that it could be construed as the divisions as a whole. We have numerous employees of both police and fire that are not civil service. The dispatchers are not part-time police, are not part-time fire, are not special police, are not. This appears, the way it's written, to be kind of like a blanket statement saying that, you know, all the employees within those divisions are civil service, classified civil service. So that's my concern, that somewhere down the road, without clarification of that one way or another, that somebody could look at that and say, well, you know, I work for the Division of Police, I work for the Division of Fire, I guess I'm civil service according to the ordinance. Well, that, we know what the intent is, but it's just the wording of it that I'm just a little bit concerned with. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Councilwoman McCaskey?
Are we able to amend that then?
Not at this point, no. If we wanted to get it on the March ballot, because Wednesday is the deadline for them to receive the
Because isn't
resolutions.
that going to cause us more trouble?
I did speak to Mr. Kane briefly before the meeting. Unfortunately, we didn't speak, or Mr. Kane didn't bring this to my attention until we had already introduced the legislation. And I do agree with his comments that it is an ambiguity in there. That's how it's always been in our charter. We do have a fire ordinance and a police ordinance, which do classified positions in it. And as I spoke to Mr. Kane, traditionally, long before my time, certain positions were considered classified civil service in most departments and others weren't. But anyone just reading that blankly, I do tend to agree with him that there's, you know, it's not clear what positions that covers, except for what's addressed in our ordinances.
Well, is this ordinance we were dealing with building department?
Yeah, all that was done was just removing the building department from the
Well,
bylaw.
then is it necessary to, I mean, it's not going to make a difference if it is or it's not on the March ballot, is it? Because we currently have an employee in that position, or?
But that was council's instruction to me, was to prepare it in time so it made it to the March ballot.
Councilwoman Slow.
And this, I'm sorry, and this is what our charter has always said. And I didn't have any authorization to prepare anything else for that charter either. Any other type of, it was simply to remove the position of building commissioner is what council authorized me to do.
Yes, but sometimes it's better to correct
Right.
something and get it absolutely correct and not just rush something through. I mean, I'm glad that you came and told us, because you are more of an expert on this, obviously, than the rest of us are. We probably should have had you present when we were discussing it in the first place.
But in theory, that this was something that was written already in the past. So have you ever had any people contesting this in the past 50, 60 years about being that language being there?
I'm not aware of that. Yeah, Mr. Kane, are you aware of any during your tenure?
No, I haven't.
And I believe, I don't want to speak for you, but I believe Mr. Kane was pointing this out because it could become an issue in the future, is his concern.
It's just that the, above that, in the wording and the writing, they mention a bunch of exclusions, like the secretary to the mayor is excluded, and a few other positions, secretaries and assistants and things like that. So it does, in other parts of the ordinance, talk about exclusions. And it doesn't here, so that's the thing that kind of really caught my eye.
Understandable. I mean, we can talk about this more during the discussion of the ordinance. If you want to get back to audience participation and finish that off, okay? Would anyone else like to address Wickliffe City Council? Would anyone else like to address Wickliffe City Council? Now I'll mark audience participation closed. Any committee reports? Any commission reports? Councilman Jaworski.
Just to let everyone know, the Planning Commission will be meeting on January 2nd. We have a couple items before us. So we'll be reporting back on those in January.
Thank you, Councilman. Any other commission reports? Seeing no old business, we'll move to new business A, vacation of paper roads. Law Director Zulik.
Yes, I just want to advise council, as I said before, we have two pieces of legislation on for the True Line project to move forward tonight that they're both dependent upon, which is the acceptance by council of the CRA agreement and the resolution authorizing the transfer of property to the Lake County Port Authority. There is kind of a third crucial item for True Line interests to move forward, and that's the vacation of the paper roads, which we previously talked about in committee, that council appeared to be willing to go forward with. From what I understand, it is a crucial part of their site plan and for them to begin construction. So those road vacations won't be prepared until sometime next month at the earliest. So what I would ask maybe to give a little comfort to True Line Industries in moving forward with this project would be if council would make a motion to authorize the engineer to prepare the legal descriptions and surveys for the road vacations, and to authorize me to obtain consents and notices from the adjoining property owners to move forward with the road vacations. Yeah, the engineer to prepare the descriptions and surveys. Legal descriptions.
Okay. Okay, I'll make a motion to authorize the engineer to prepare legal descriptions and surveys for the vacation of the paper roads.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Levon, second by Councilman Bialowo to authorize the engineer to prepare legal descriptions and surveys for the vacation of the paper roads. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Biandello? Yes.
Bogo?
Yes.
Jaworski?
Yes.
Kowski?
Yes.
Levon?
Yes.
Sakis?
Yes.
Saloto?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to authorize the law director to get the consensus from neighboring properties for the vacation of the paper roads.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Levon, second by Councilman Bialowo to authorize the law director to gain consensus and provide notices from the neighboring properties. Discussion? Cindy, please call the roll.
Biandello?
Yes.
Bogo?
Yes.
Jaworski?
Yes.
Kowski?
Yes.
Levon?
Yes.
Sakis?
Yes.
Saloto?
Yes.
We'll move on to ordinances.
Ordinance number 2019-56, an ordinance providing to the submission to the electorate of the city of Wickliffe, Ohio, proposal to amend the charter of said city by amending Article 6, the Civil Service Commission, Section 3, duties, third reading.
Adoption.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Sakis, second by Councilman Bialowo to approve, adopt ordinance 2019-56 as presented. Discussion? Councilman Bialowo.
Yes, thank you, Council President. So Scott, according to what you said about the wording that would have to be changed, that would have to go in front of the electorate again for another proposed charter change, this could be done through an ordinance. Okay.
Councilwoman Sloto.
So you're talking about March, so we're really pushed to try and make this happen at the March vote. Is that, instead of just taking the time to correct this and make it, I mean, well, we've got the greatest attorney in the world. You know, he could recraft, he can recraft it to be, just really accurate and concise and great going forward. I mean, to me, it seems like that would be the right thing to do.
I don't disagree with you. I think at this point in time, I probably will vote this ordinance down and then we'll work on it, make sure we have the correct wording for the November election next time it is. I don't think we're at a rush point to get this ordinance or this charter change passed. Law Director?
Yeah, and I would suggest if that's what council chooses to do, to take this back into committee, review the charter, maybe consult the civil service, review what our charter says, maybe this time consult with the Civil Service Commission for maybe any other inconsistencies or clarifications they would like, and if that's the way council goes, make all the changes necessary,
Yes.
not,
Yes.
Right,
piecemeal.
right.
I agree. Any further discussion on it? Sandy, please call the roll.
Biandolillo.
No.
Bogo.
No.
Jaworski.
No.
Kowski.
No,
Levon.
No.
Sakis.
Nope.
Saloto.
No.
thank you.
Ordinance number 2019-59, an ordinance providing for the compensation and other employment provisions for part-time firefighters of the city of Wickliffe, Ohio, repealing any and all other ordinances or parts thereof that may be inconsistent with this ordinance and declaring an emergency.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Sakis, second by Councilman Mallow, to suspend the rules of council and place ordinance 2019-60 on third and final reading. Yes, sir, 2019-59 on third and final reading. Discussion? Cindy, please call the roll.
Biandolillo.
Yes.
Bogo.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Sakis.
Yes.
Saloto.
Yes.
Adoption.
Second.
Moved by Councilwoman Kowski, second by Councilwoman Saloto to adopt ordinance 2019-59 as presented. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Biandolillo.
Yes.
Bogo.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Sakis.
Yes.
Saloto.
Yes.
Ordinance number 2019-60, an ordinance providing for the compensation and other employment provisions for special police officers of the city of Wickliffe, Ohio, repealing any and all other ordinances or parts thereof that may be inconsistent with this ordinance and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Biandolillo, second by Councilwoman Saloto to suspend the rules of council and place ordinance 2019-60 on third and final reading. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Biandolillo.
Yes.
Bogo.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Sakis.
Yes.
Saloto.
Yes.
Adoption.
Second. Moved by Councilwoman Kowski, seconded by Councilman Sakis to adopt ordinance 2019-60 as presented. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Biandolillo.
Yes.
Bogo.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Sakis.
Yes.
Saloto.
Yes.
Ordinance number 2019-61, an ordinance providing for the compensation and other employment provisions for part-time public safety dispatchers of the city of Wickliffe, Ohio, repealing any and all other ordinances or parts thereof that may be inconsistent with this ordinance and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Sakis, seconded by Councilwoman Saloto to suspend the rules of council and place ordinance 2019-61 on third and final reading. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Biandolillo.
Yes.
Bogo.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Sakis.
Yes.
Saloto.
Yes.
Adoption.
Second.
Moved by Councilwoman Kowski, seconded by Councilwoman Saloto to adopt ordinance 2019-61 as presented. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Biandolillo.
Yes.
Bogo.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Sakis.
Yes.
Saloto.
Yes.
Ordinance number 2019-62, an ordinance providing for the compensation of certain employees of the city of Wickliffe, Ohio, repealing any and all other ordinances or part thereof that may be inconsistent with this ordinance and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Second. Moved by Councilwoman Saloto, seconded by Councilman Sakis to suspend the rules of council and place ordinance 2019-62 on third and final reading. Discussion? Councilwoman Kowski.
Who exactly does this one cover? Who are certain employees?
Certain.
2019-62.
Yeah, this covers, I can answer this, this covers the senior center assistant, the evening manager, facility monitor, maintenance, bus driver, recreation department associate, golf course manager, golf course attendant, recreation instructor, summer camp director, assistant camp director, camp counselor, pool manager, assistant pool manager, learn to swim director, lifeguard, with water safety instruction, splash party director, splash party lifeguard, water attendant, cashier, checker, maintenance, swim team coach, assistant swim team coach.
Okay, thank you.
Mayor?
I'd just like to remind everyone that these positions are listed on the first page of the ordinance.
Okay.
Any further discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Biondelula.
Yes.
Bogo.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Sakis.
Yes.
Solotra.
Yes.
Adoption.
Second.
Moved by Councilwoman Kowski, seconded by Councilwoman Sloto to adopt ordinance 2019-62 as presented. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Biondelula.
Yes.
Bogo.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Sakis.
Yes.
Solotra.
Yes.
Ordinance number 2019-63, an ordinance providing for the compensation of certain salaried and hourly employees of the city of Wickliffe, Ohio, repealing any and all other ordinances or parts thereof that may be inconsistent with this ordinance and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Biondelula, seconded by Councilwoman Sloto to suspend the rules of council and place ordinance 2019-63 on third and final reading. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Biondelula.
Yes.
Bogo.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Sakis.
Yes.
Solotra.
Yes.
Adoption.
Second. Moved by Councilman Biondelula, seconded by Councilman Bogo to adopt ordinance 2019-63 as presented. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Biondelula.
Yes.
Bogo.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Sakis.
Yes.
Solotra.
Yes.
Ordinance number 2019-64, an ordinance providing for the compensation of appointed officials of the city of Wickliffe, Ohio, repealing any and all other ordinances or parts thereof that may be inconsistent with this ordinance and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Moved by Councilwoman Sloto, seconded by Councilman Bogo to suspend the rules of council and place ordinance 2019-64 on third and final reading. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Biondelula.
Yes.
Bogo.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Sakis.
Yes.
Solotra.
Yes.
Adoption.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Biondelula, seconded by Councilwoman Sloto to adopt ordinance 2019-64 as presented. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Biondelula.
Yes.
Bogo.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Sakis.
Yes.
Solotra.
Yes.
Ordinance number 2019-65, an ordinance authorizing the Director of Finance of the City of Wickliffe, Ohio, to advance a sum of money from one fund to another as a partial repayment of funds and declaring an emergency.
Suspension. Second. Moved by Councilman Sakis, seconded by Councilman Biondelula to suspend the rules of council and place ordinance 2019-65 on third and final reading. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Biondelula.
Yes.
Bogo.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Sakis.
Yes.
Solotra.
Yes.
Moved by Councilman Bogo, seconded by Councilman Sakis to adopt ordinance 2019-65 as presented. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Biondelula.
Yes.
Bogo.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Sakis.
Yes.
Solotra.
Yes.
Ordinance number 2019-66, an ordinance authorizing the Director of Finance of the City of Wickliffe, Ohio, to transfer or advance sums of money among various funds and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Second. Moved by Councilwoman Sloto, seconded by Councilman Bogo to suspend the rules of council and place ordinance 2019-66 on third and final reading. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Biondelula.
Yes.
Bogo.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Sakis.
Yes.
Solotra.
Yes. Adoption.
Second.
Moved by Councilwoman Sloto, seconded by Councilman Biondelula to adopt ordinance 2019-66 as presented. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Biondelula.
Yes.
Bogo.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Sakis.
Yes.
Solotra.
Yes.
Resolution number 2019-17, A resolution providing for the submission to the electorate of the city of Wickliffe, Ohio, the question of approval or disapproval of amending the classification of 1521 East 300th Street, permanent parcel number 29B003 C000120 within the city of Wickliffe from residential R150 zoning classification to general business zoning classification, third reading.
Adoption.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Sackett, seconded by Councilman Bialillo to adopt ordinance or resolution 2019-17 as presented. Discussion. Councilman Jaworski.
Just to let the audience know, this is an ordinance that's going to rezone a parcel of land for Sweetberry. And because of an issue that arose in the summertime based on some irregularities within the zoning map, they were not granted the ability to expand. And part of that was just due to some irregularities that the city was unaware of in our zoning map, and this is our way to correct that and show them some goodwill as best that we can. I'll be writing about this in my connection article and the other resolution as well, just to let everyone know. So I just wanted to make the audience aware of the difference between this resolution and the next one, and the next one will be correcting all those other discrepancies within the zoning map.
Thank you, Councilman Jaworski. Any further discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Biangalillo.
Yes.
Bogo.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Sakis.
Yes.
Saloto.
Yes.
Resolution number 2019-18, a resolution providing for the submission to the electorate of the city of Wickliffe, Ohio, the question of approval or disapproval of amending the existing zoning map of the city of Wickliffe, Ohio, third reading.
Adoption.
Second. Moved by Councilman Bialillo, seconded by Councilman Bogo to adopt resolution 2019-18 as presented. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Biangalillo.
Yes.
Bogo.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Sakis.
Yes.
Saloto.
Yes.
Resolution number 2019-19, a resolution authorizing the mayor of the city of Wickliffe, Ohio to enter into a community reinvestment area agreement between the city of Wickliffe, Ohio, True Line Industries, Inc., and Dirk Olowski Land Company, LLC, first reading. Resolution number 2019-20, a resolution authorizing the mayor of the city of Wickliffe, Ohio to convey real estate to the Lake County, Ohio Port and Economic Development Authority, first reading.
Other legislation? Miscellaneous? Okay, a motion for adjournment.
Make a motion to adjourn. Second.
Moved by Councilman Bogo, seconded by Councilman Bialillo to adjourn the meeting. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Biangalillo.
Yes.
Bogo.
Yes.
Jaworski. Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Sakis. Saloto.
Yes.
Great.